Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Stuff back into the video today. And today, the Houston Texans are signing C.J. Henderson, former top 10 overall pick with the Carolina Panthers, actually, the contract details have not been released yet, but I imagine it is a one-year deal, but wouldn't be surprised otherwise. They're signing C.J. Henderson to a contract. C.J. Henderson has been with the Carolina Panthers the last couple of years. I was right. He was drafted by the Jaguars, as I thought, but then was traded to the Carolina Panthers. He had a solid season with Carolina in 2023. I think it's going to be interesting to see who is going to be the cornerback 2 next to Derek Stingley Jr. this next season. Is it going to be C.J. Henderson or is it going to be Jeff Okudah? You have two guys that were drafted in that 2020 season so high. Jeff Okudah, 3rd overall. C.J. Henderson, I believe, was 10th overall or 9th overall, something like that. And for how high these two guys were drafted, I consider them as busts. I'm sorry. I think they're both really solid players. And if they were drafted maybe later in the first round, second round, great players in this league. But they're not. They were drafted top 10. Jeff Okudah was the 3rd overall pick. And they, But I think they're solid additions for the Texans. It's not like the Texans drafted these two guys at that position. They're signing them to cheap deals. Jeff Okudah signed a $4 million deal. We don't know how much C.J. Henderson's being paid, but I couldn't imagine it's a lot. So I think for the Texans, it's not like these guys were, it's not like the Texans, took the chance on drafting these guys. They're just signing them. Now, the real losses are for the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Detroit Lions, the two teams who drafted these two guys. But the Texans are just signing them to small deals. So, I mean, look, I think whoever the cornerback 2 is, or if both guys play a lot, and C.J. Henderson and Jeff Okudah, I consider it a downgrade from what we saw from Steven Nelson last season. But I really like the additions for the replacements of Steven Nelson. I can't see him returning to the Texans after all this. C.J. Henderson played 12 games with 7 starts with the Panthers last season. He had 2 passes deflected, 1 sack, 39 tackles the season before, 17 games, 10 starts, 2 interceptions, returned those for 74 yards, 1 forced fumble, 6 passes deflected, 1 fumble recovery, 58 tackles, and 2 tackles for loss. So he's definitely a really solid corner. I like the Texans bringing him in. I really do. And it didn't take long after the Texans' visit with him for the Texans to bring him in. So I guess he really liked us, and we really liked him. Let me know your thoughts on the signing in the comment section, and peace out.